Aadu 2. Aadu 2 Transl. Goat 2 is a 2017 Indian Malayalam-language slapstick comedy film written and directed by Midhun Manuel Thomas and produced by Vijay Babu under Friday Filmhouse. It is the sequel to the 2015 film Aadu and Jayasurya, Sunny Wayne, Dharmajan Bolgatty, Saiju Kurup, Vineeth Mohan, Harikrishnan, Bhagath Manuel, Vijay Babu, Niveditha, Sean and Vinayakan reprise their roles. Principal photography began on 13 September 2017. The film released in India on 22 December 2017. Plot. The film starts from Mangalore, where a group of smugglers discussing to smuggle black money of 500 Rs. Gang member of smugglers Prabhakaran hires two distinct state laborers to hand over a box of coinage by which they can earn crores of money. As per his instruction, they make him unconscious and escapes to a local station named Gamangalam, state of Tamil Nadu. In the high range of Idaki lives Shaji Papin, who is now living with all of his troubles and back pain. He now leads a normal life with his friends in-house along with his mother and niece. He earns a living by farming. When Krishnan and Captain Cletus are on the way to Papin's estate with manure, they are blocked by Sub-Inspector. Here enters Shaji Papin, who gets enraged and throws him into a nearby dam without knowing there is some sandalwood along with manure. The offense is charged on him on case for throwing a sea and illegally smuggling sandal. Later, he is bailed out on wherewithal of hostage of 2 person and a compensation of Rs 50,000 on a condition of signing at the local police station. On the other side, Sarbeth Samir, after getting suspended from his department, requests to P.P. Sassi Ashan, who is now Home Minister, to give back his position. On Sassi's recommendation, Samir again becomes C where Shaji resides. Shaji and his team decide to compete in a tug-of-war tournament in which the first prize is a massive gold trophy. They find out that the entry fee costs Rs 50,000, and the only way to get that amount of money is by putting Shaji's house on mortgage. His mother furiously objects to this idea, forcing Shaji to steal the documents and secretly giving it to Arumbu Abdullah. Shaji's team starts training for the tournament. The scene then cuts to Dude and his gang. After their failure to complete their mission in the prequel, the gang along with the driver Paley are unable to go back to Bangkok. Dude now works in a restaurant situated in the Kerala Tamil Nadu borders under the name Suleiman. The gang starts digging a tunnel to rob a bank near the restaurant. Meanwhile, Shaji's team enters the tournament and triumphantly wins the gold trophy. The team comes home, and Shaji boasts about his victory to his mother and spills the beans about stealing the documents. Shaji decides to flaunt the trophy, but then they realize that their trophy is stolen and replaced with a bamboo one. At this point, Shaji's mother suffers a seizure and is carried to the hospital. Upon waking up, she curses loudly at Shaji, blaming and scolding him. Later, Kutan Munga tells Shaji that he tracked the person who stole the trophy. The thief was Anali Sabu, brother of the deceased criminal Chekathan Lasser. His team had been second in the tournament. Seeking revenge, Shaji and group break into Sabu's dance party to retrieve the trophy. They also beat up Sabu and his men and destroy the place in the process. A few days later, Shaji returns home to find his house in flames. They are shocked to see Anali Sabu and his supposedly dead brother Chekathan Lasser outside. Lasser demands a hefty sum as compensation for the damages they had done at the party. Shaji is knocked down unconscious and ends up at hospital next to his mother. Jude's gang completes the tunnel after 6 months of hard work, and Paley commits the heist on 8 November 2016. Unfortunately, Prime Minister Narendra Modi orders demonetization 2016 Indian banknote demonetization of Rs 500 and Rs 1,000 notes the same night, shocking the entire nation and especially Dude. Shaji regains consciousness the next day and learns about the demonetization. As a result, Shaji is left unsure of how to raise money for all these expenses piling up on him. This is also bad news for underworld dealer Satan Xavier, But Kanjev Saman and Battery Simon, who had started working for Xavier because of financial crisis, are hit even harder. At the same time, Mahesh Shetty, who is involved in counterfeiting business, is also disappointed. But the next day, he receives an offer from one of his white-collar friends who says that he can give him the engraving plates of the new 5 rupee notes, which have not yet been released. He demands $2 million in dollar for the plates, and Shetty agrees. But Shetty's trusted partner decides to cheat him by making a deal with Satan Xavier for $3 million. He does this by hiring 2 Bengalis to take the plates and knock himself out, giving the impression of theft. Saman goes to Dude's restaurant, and the latter is furious on seeing him, but learns about the deal. Dude decides to return to his former self and steal the plates. But first he attacks his employer and blows up the restaurant. Shaji Papan, having run out of ideas to raise money, decides to fix his back and beat up Lasser's back. Arakal Abu contacts a Bengali doctor from Rajasthan to buy backache medicine. Coincidentally, the engraving plates and the medicine were to arrive at the same station. Shaji and team reach the station first and receive the plates instead, and Xavier's men get the medicine. After a series of relentless pursuits to retrieve the plates by Xavier, Dude, Abdullah, and Shamir, they end up in the hands of Shaji and his team. They use it to solve their problems and informs the police that they have the plates. The government officials lets them know that they will receive 10,001 rupees as a prize for their honesty, and Shaji finally meets the crafty driver who took off with his wife in the midst of another and possibly similar escapade. Cast. Production. The film is a sequel to the 2015 film Aadu, produced by Vijay Babu and Sandra Thomas under the banner of Friday Film House and directed by Midhun Manuel Thomas. Soundtrack. The film features soundtrack composed by Sean Rahman. It was released by Friday Film House. Lyrics for the songs were written by B.K. Harikrishnan, Manu Manjev. A single titled Aadu 2 success song was also released, composed and sung by the sister duo Amrutha Shursh and Aparami Shursh. Box office. The film collected 3.45 crore on the opening day, highest opening day for a Jayasurya movie, and 13 crore in the first weekend 5 days in Kerala box office. It grossed $453,294 from 38 screens in the opening weekend 18-21 January in the United Arab Emirates and $548,189 in 3 weeks. The film earned $31,776, 20.43 lakh from the United States in 4 weeks. The film was one of the highest-grossing Malayalam film of the year 2017 and ran over 100 days in theaters. Sequel. A sequel titled Aadu 3 was announced on the 100th day success party of Aadu 2, but the shooting stopped due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The release date is still unknown.